April is over. May is here, and it is time to do an April reading recap. This month I had 5 books that I read in about 2,000 pages, and in that were some highs, some lows, and some books outside of my reading comfort zone. I know I was a very brave little toaster this month. I'm excited to get into it. So, if you are watching this and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. And if you feel so inclined, just ding, hit that little like button. But let's dive right into my thoughts on the books I've completed this month. So the first book that I completed was Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. And this book was one that I was so excited for. After I read One Dark Window, I was kind of fiending for Two Twisted Crowns, but as is the way that it goes when you are a proud user of the library, I did have to wait my turn for Two Twisted Crowns to come. And was I the most patient person? No. But guess what, guys? Like most things, it was worth the wait. I ended up giving this book, okay, this is a 6-star read for me, but because it only goes up to 5 stars, this is a 5-star read. I was obsessed with this book. I think that this was so much better than One Dark Window. I enjoyed One Dark Window, but Two Twisted Crowns just like took my enjoyment over the edge. We had more POVs. I got to see Elm and Ion's story, and I'm an Elm Rowan stan. That's all I'm going to say. He was giving Dorian, and if you know me, you know Dorian is my main man. I thought the fantasy element was really interesting. I thought the stakes made sense. I thought that the journey that the characters took made sense, and I was just sucked in. I was telling my husband that I have to buy this book because I need to have it on my shelf because I loved it that much. And it's a book that I can definitely see myself rereading, and a series that I can definitely see myself rereading. If you have not gotten on the One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crown train yet, please consider this your sign to go down to the station, pick up your ticket, and to hop on the train because those books are phenomenal. Unfortunately, I did not have a 6-star read immediately after finishing Two Twisted Crowns. Unfortunately, I had a 2.75-star read, and that was For the Record by Emma Lord. I am a sucker for a cutesy rom-com, but unfortunately, this book just did not do it for me. So this story follows two musicians. They both used to be in bands, and their bands used to tour together, which I didn't really understand because like the male main character was in like a punk band and the female main character was in like a girly pop kind of band. And so I'm like, who is the who is the audience that is going to a joint tour? Like, is it like couples that are? It was just very confusing to me. But they come together to work on a new duo project, and it's kind of like a second chance romance, but I feel like they never really had much of a first chance, and so it didn't really give second chance. All in all, I felt like this book was just doing too much. I felt like there were way too many major plot points. When I did my Goodreads review, I listed 7 major plot points that stuck out to me in the book. And the end product is that when you have 7 major storylines in a 320-page book, you are not going to do most, if not any of them, well. And I feel like that's what happened here. There was just so much going on that I ended up not really caring about anything because it seemed like nothing was really that important to deserve its own storyline. Would I recommend this book? Probably not, no. The next book I completed was Deep Cuts by Holly Brickley. This was one that was very much out of my comfort zone. I picked it up because I saw a review on TikTok saying that I should, and it was at the library. It was kind of giving me the Favorites by Lane Fargo vibes, and I really enjoyed it. I ended up rating this book 3.5 stars, and this tells the story of this very toxic pair of friends slash on again, off again lovers slash songwriting duo through the years. as they navigate fame and navigate career and navigate being in their early 20s, in the early 2000s. And I really enjoyed this book. I think that it was very much, if you are a solid appreciator of music, you will love this, because there was a lot of conversation about, the different merits of different songs and what makes a perfect song and all that kind of thing. And I was like, I'm just here for the vibes, man. Like, if it makes me want to dance, if it makes me feel something, then it's a good song. But Percy would probably hate me. I was really surprised by this one. It really gripped me. And this then enabled me to think, okay, I'm going to go out of my comfort zone even more. Would I recommend this one? Yeah, I think it was a pretty solid, interesting read, and it's pretty short, so it's pretty quick as well. Unfortunately, I feel like the theme of this month was like good book, not good book, good book, not good book. And the next book that falls into the not good book category is The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. I ended up rating this one 2.75 stars as well. I have a lot of thoughts on this. I have a full video of my thoughts on this if you want to hop on over to that one. But this follows the story of two screenwriters, Emma and Charlie, and Emma is brought on to help fix the disastrous rom-com that Charlie has written. And over time, feelings start to develop, surprise, surprise, and they get the story done, I think. I honestly found Charlie to be supremely unlikable. I didn't care for his character at all. I didn't want them to end up together. I found Emma to be kind of desperate and kind of embarrassing at times. I genuinely was cringing. And if she were my friend, I would be intervening promptly. I also feel like some of the tropes that they use to carry the plot forward are two of my least favorite tropes, which is men making decisions without telling the woman, and then her supposed to be like, but you know what's best for me. No, I don't know about that. This is my second book by Catherine Center. The Love Haters was fine. I did not care for this. I've heard that The Bodyguard is good, but I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of gun shy about Catherine Center. Would I recommend this book? Probably not, no. And the final book that I read this month was another book outside of my comfort zone. I'm telling you guys, Brave Little Toaster, The Book of Lost Hours by Haley Gilfuso. This was another one that I saw on TikTok, and then I saw at the library, and I was like, what the hey? And I ended up really enjoying this. I rated this 4.5 stars, and this is a really hard to describe book, but basically it deals with the concept of time, and we have these timekeepers who are in control of time, and it talks about like burning memories and altering history and the ethics of that. And it's in two different timelines, and it was really interesting. It was really good. We also had this really beautiful romance, and I couldn't get enough of it. The only reason I did not rate this 5 stars was because there was a lot of like physics, timey-wimey, like very intellectual conversations going on, and I was kind of like, hmm. And so I kind of got out of it in those moments because I didn't know what they were talking about. I've already recommended this book to my friend, and I saw she put it on her Goodreads want to read, so I feel like an influencer for real. But would I recommend this to all of you? Yes, absolutely. So that was my month. We very much had a roller coaster that month, and I'm not a fan of roller coasters. I get motion sickness. I'm hoping that next month I'll have like more consistent highs. We'll see. I want to know what you guys have been up to though. What was the best book you read in the month of April? And if you're feeling spicy, what was the worst book you read in the month of April? Here's hoping that we don't have a roller coaster in the month of May. I'll talk to you guys later.